So in this video, I just wanted to introduce you to a little project that we're going to work on next. So what we're going to do is we're going to create this form field. This is a pretty traditional thing that you might see in any website that you go to where you need to register. You need to create a username, some password. You have to confirm the password so they match. You make some other selections, right? So this is a pretty small version of what a registration might look like. Within registration, there's usually some sort of rules or validation that happens, right? So for an example, sometimes, and I have a list over here of some pretty popular ones. So the user must use at least 3 characters in their name, right? So they need to actually write, if they actually put 1 character, then it's going to give you some sort of feedback to prompt you to actually change that username that you used. Passwords obviously need to match, right? So whatever you put in this text box needs to be in this text box. So those are some pretty obvious ones. When we do this, I added a few here. Feel free to experiment and create some other sort of validation stuff. You can really get crazy with it, or look online and see if you want to make this an email validator or whatever. Totally possible. You could just look online and figure out how they do it. But for now, what I'm going to do is just kind of quickly walk you through how this works. So there's 2 validation steps that are provided in the code. That's going to be in the sample that we go through together, and then you can work on some others. So for example, if I create here and I say, I just add AS as my name, and and I decide to say I create my password and I select something. When I hit register, it's going to give me an alert that says, please make sure you use at least 5 characters in your username. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, now here I'm going to actually, maybe I forgot to, I didn't use a password at all, right? I forgot to actually send that before I submitted. It's going to say, please make sure you use at least 5 characters for your password. Okay, so now I need at least 5 characters in my password. One other thing that is important too, and you'll notice it here. Let's just say I say 1, 2, 3, and I say ASD for my confirm password. So these don't match. But watch what happens here, right? I fill these out, and now I press register. I get my alert, and it says okay. And now both of them have been wiped out, and I got focus on the password. And that happened on the others too. I just didn't point it out. Okay. So now let's finally get it all correct. Now I'm going to say AS345 is my username, and 123 is my password, and 123 is my password. I select some things, and I hit register. And now it takes me to another page, right? And it says, congrats, AS3 likes reading and dancing. Those are the 2 things that I selected from the checkbox. One thing to notice here is we actually did go from form.html to confirmation.html. So we moved. However, you'll notice all this stuff on the right hand side, right? It actually has passed the data or the selections that I created in the first form over to the second form, and then in this over to the second page. And then in this page, I was able to capture all of this stuff and then basically do the same steps that we've done in previous examples where we've done a little loops and created the sentence and plopped it onto the screen. So in the next video, we're going to start to work on that.